There was a problem with the previous batteries that I was using actually, and I think that's why the X100T shut off very quickly. So I think one of the cells I had, those blue ones, there was a short. So I actually replaced them with three other Samsungs that I had. So this is testing okay, and the positives up here, the negatives up down there. Let's do a voltage reading on both batteries. This is the Fuji X100 battery, original battery. Don't mind the tape over it. So I'm going to take a voltage reading of this pack of 4.1817, and then on the original Fuji battery we have a 4.15. So charged to the same voltage. Now, as you can see, we're at about 600 milliamps, and the voltage drop of the battery is down to 4.14. You can see that we're about still around 600 milliamps. We have the LCD on. Let's go into viewfinder. We're still hovering around 600 milliamps. You can see our voltage drop on the battery pack is still very low, 4.13. So let's take a couple pictures. 200 ISO, raw plus fine. Gonna take a picture, and you can see when I half press, we hit about 900 milliamps on the amp meter. Here, focus. You can also see a slight voltage drop. So let's take a picture here of the multimeter. Boom. Actually hit about 1.3 amps there. So I'm going to take another one, and I think it's finished. Just taking focus. Take another one. About 1 amp. Still the light here writing 800, 800, 800, 777, 765, back down to about 600. Take a shot with the flash. Okay, we're going to get the flash on this time. 1.2. 1.2. As you can see, our voltage is slowly dropping on the multimeter. Let's do a video test. So I'm going to just put this, hit video recording mode. There we go. As you can see, we're recording for the indicator here. We're recording in 1080 full HD 24 frames. So it looks like around 900 milliamps. I'm going to change this to full HD at 60 frames. So I have a full HD 60 frames. And we're going to go ahead and hit record. So you can see it says a full 60 there. And it looks like it's chewing up a little bit more power. Maybe closer to 1 amp. Now let's go into review mode. Out! In picture review mode, looks like we're way down here, 200 milliamps. Scroll over. Let's select one of the photos. So there's a photo. Just going to zoom in. So that's very low power actually. So if I hit the shutter release button, we're back up to about 600 milliamps. Let's change aperture. What if I change aperture? Does really nothing. If I go into continuous, let's go into continuous. Continuous high. And let's take some burst shots. Ready? And go. Still writing. You can see the current fluctuating. Alright, so I'm going to shut the camera off. We're back up to 4.12 volts on the multimeter and pretty much 0 on the current meter. Turn it back on. Okay, so it's kind of interesting how the battery gets eaten up, or it seems like it gets eaten up really quickly on this camera. I mean, 600 milliamps at just idle isn't actually that much. If you take the 1800 milliamp max capacity the battery has, then the camera should last 3 hours on idle, roughly. And it looks like a picture with flash, or without, I think, uses about 1.2 amps. So that means you should be able to get more than an hour of shooting, an hour of actual picture taking. But I guess we have to take into consideration the writing that happens afterwards. So you can see for a few seconds it hovers around 700, 800 milliamps there after I take the picture. Take the picture, 1.2, let's say, 800, 800, 700, 700, 700, 500, 500. So if you take that in consideration, maybe 45 minutes, our multimeter's down to 4.08 volts. So what does that mean? Doesn't mean much. I think what I'm going to do is, for the next test on this, I don't think we need to test the Fuji battery, because I think maybe we will, but I think we'll do video mode. I think it's probably the best way to do it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this up for video recording mode, and I think you have about 15 minutes of filming as I'm just moving the camera around, how it's focusing and the brightness of the screen is changing. You can see that reflecting in the current going in, so that's pretty cool. What else can we test? Alright, so maybe we'll do a video review test. I'm just going to charge this battery back up to 4.15 and 4.16, then we'll do some video testing. Stay tuned.